Hey guys, my name is Jason Sago. I'm going to show you the Omoplata submission. I actually used this very same submission to help me set up the finish for a fight I had at UFC Vegas. So check it out. I'm going to break it down for you guys. 5 easy steps to follow. Number 1, let's go over the setup. So basic guard position. Anytime we're here, we always want our opponent to touch the mat with their hands. Anytime their hands are on the mat, they're vulnerable. They're vulnerable to being attacked. We could attack them with the Kimura, which is another shoulder lock here. Shoulder lock with the Kimura. And if you think about it, the Omoplata is the same. We're doing a shoulder lock, but instead of doing it with our hands like the Kimura, we're doing the shoulder lock with our legs. So the key for the Omoplata is my head needs to go towards his feet and my feet need to go towards his head. That's the beginning. That's the setup for the Omoplata submission. Number 2, we're looking to sit up. So we got to release our guard, and when you sit up, look to have one hand as a pry. We're trying to separate his elbow away from his body. Anytime your opponent has the elbow connected, they're in a strong position. We're looking to weaken their position by prying that elbow open. And now if you could circle around to the other side, this hand is also very important. It's called my framing arm. So I don't want him to be holding my leg nice and tight. I need to be able to get my left leg out. So when I'm sitting up, I'm trying to frame. I'm trying to create a little bit of space. So that way when I need to pull my legs out, it's easy for me to do that. But in order for that to happen, I have to frame. The framing helps me maintain space. Step number 3, when we fall back, it's going to help us generate energy. It's going to help us get our legs over top of the opponent's back and across their head. So as you fall back, you're going to roll, adjust your legs and kick up. So that motion where my legs are coming up, and then I kick. Here, that helps break their shoulder down to the mat. So when we're here, I make sure I loop my arm over the top. If you don't loop your arm and apply pressure and body weight, then your opponent's going to roll through, and we don't want that to happen. So as he rolls back, we got to make sure we're putting enough weight and pressure so that as he tries to roll through, we got control over their body. Number 4, our goal is to break them down. You can see our opponent is still up on their knees. We're trying to get them completely flattened out so we could apply the shoulder lock submission. So from here, my legs are applying downward pressure. Notice I have the outside leg on top, straightening the legs, making it nice and heavy on his shoulder, the joint we're trying to attack. When I separate my legs, I don't want to just separate and not control the elbow, because if I open, he can just pull his arm out, and then you lose the submission. So once you decide to separate your legs, make sure you use your hand, control the elbow, and now I can separate. The reason I want to separate my legs is because it gives me the ability to move. And I need to be able to move so I can break him down. Just like the hands of a clock, we're going to circle, circle, circle while applying pressure on his shoulder and then turning, pulling that hip down, down, down. Once you have them finally broken down, we're ready to apply the shoulder lock submission. Number 5, we're gonna make one final adjustment to our legs. As we move our legs behind us, it gives us the ability to drive up off of our feet, which allows our hips to engage, and that hip is guiding the back of his wrist towards the back of his head. So I'm almost trying to look towards his ear, and then that's where the tap occurs. So we're controlling the elbow, adjusting our feet, posting our other hand just to the outside of the mat, and I slowly start to elevate my hips here. I'm only going about 20%. Power the hips and go up all the way through. Let's go for the finish. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to know more about fundamental jiu-jitsu movements, check out this next video.